What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. So today we're actually looking like we're back for good. We got a couple of videos coming out this week for sure, and with this channel rebrand that we've gone through lately, Daily Gaming is going to bring to you guys some tutorials, some squad builders from a bunch of different games, primarily sports games, but we may have some shooters in there too. Today we're obviously bringing MLB The Show 21 to you guys. So this is a pretty recent release. Full release was on Tuesday. Pre-release was about last Friday. So I've been playing for about a week. And today I want to talk about the Diamond Dynasty feature. We'll also have videos on Road to the Show, March to October, and Franchise will probably be one video. But today we're just going to walk through Diamond Dynasty completely. Diamond Dynasty is very similar to FIFA Ultimate Team, so if you're a FIFA player that's watching this video, I know primarily in the past my channel's been a lot of FIFA. This is exactly like Ultimate Team, except way, way better. Players like Willie Mays or Babe Ruth or Hank Aaron even this year are so attainable. The Pelés and the Cruyffs of FIFA are really, really hard to get, but these guys, the best players in the game, are definitely manageable to obtain. So a lot of people have been complaining about the menus this year. I actually kind of like it. It makes everything really easy and clean. So, for example, when you first start, you've got a news tab up here kind of welcoming you to Diamond Dynasty, right? But you go down to the menus, you've got four main tabs: Home, Play, Collect, and Shop, right? So it's pretty straightforward. If you want to manage your team and do some kind of customizing, you're at Home. If you want to play, you go to Play, Collect, and if you want to shop or open packs, that's where you go. But for now, let's take a look at this Home tab, and we're going to go through step by step. So if you want to manage your squad, you see in the upper right corner, that's my squad right now. So if I want to manage my squad, I click Manage Squad. I can create new squads, right? If I want to have new pre-created squads. Like right now, I have a couple for offline and then one for online. This is kind of my best team right now. Actually, Salvador Perez probably needs to get lost there. But I'd make some adjustments here, right? So if I click on this position, I'll bring up all the catchers. I can also bring up players that play secondarily at catcher. If I go over here, I can organize my lineup, which I'll talk about more in probably a future video, lineup construction and things like that. But this is just kind of teaching you the basics just to get you started. And then if I click R2, or actually if you're on Xbox, the show is on Xbox this year, it's that right bumper. It's this one here. You can go to your rotation. I just got this Tom Glavine. I haven't thrown any pitches with him yet. If you click triangle on a card, it brings up this menu where you can see his stats. In the upper right-hand corner, I can see the pitches Tom Glavine throws. If I click R3, the right stick, this one here, you can see that his pitches change. Look at how good his control is. That's absolutely crazy. And then his break is just wild, too. That circle change really looks like a nasty pitch. So yeah, you can do that for any player, and that's kind of managing your squad and your team. And that whatever team is selected, like see, I have my my main squad selected. That'll be the team that I run with in whatever game I decide to enter into. Customize. You have a lot of options here. You can customize your team name and details. So I'm actually using the New Haven Ravens. I don't know if anybody's heard of them. They were a minor league affiliate back in the day. They've since folded, unfortunately, but pretty cool. So I have a New Haven Ravens kind of theme going on here. These are my three main colors. They don't have the audio for them, but you can make something that is close. Then, of course, you can edit your uniforms. Now, you have two options for this. You can edit your uniforms and make them look however you want, like I kind of have here. These are custom uniforms. Or you can use actual real MLB or MILB uniforms. So these are like my Orioles uniforms I have. You can use whatever team you want. Some of them are pretty cool, like this throwback Rays uniform from 2007. I think the Mets, yep, they have their alternate blacks, which are actually coming back this year, which is super cool. So if you want to use a uniform like that, you absolutely can. Team equipment is choosing the bat, skins, or socks that everyone on your team will wear. And then logo editor, logo vault, and unlocked audio. So you can assign audio to anything that might happen in a game, and Matt Vasgersian will hopefully say it. And then you can create your own logos. That's not something I'm too much into, and it's definitely not something a beginner would need to know. Here's where you'd find all your statistics, your game history. So like, let's say I want to see What do I want to see? Let's look at the current season. And can I look at... I want to look at BR. Okay, I guess I can't. Let's look at Lifetime. Yeah, so if you go to Lifetime Battle Royale, I am hitting two... No, where's mine? Oh, I'm way down here. Okay, so I'm way down the bottom. I'm highlighted there. But I do have a 386 average and a 399 OBP and an 854 slugging, which is pretty good. That translates to a 1253 OPS. My ERA is really high. Battle Royale, I'll talk about that mode in a little bit. But if you want to see your statistics, you can also see your statistics with individual players. Like, for example, I want to look at... I hit really well with, like, Mike Trout, right? Mike Trout, I have 27 at-bats. 14 hits for what average is that? 519 average with 6 homers. Pretty good. So, and then this is Inside Edge and roster updates. So Inside Edge, you might notice on some cards, and a lot of this will be tutorial stuff for you the first time you log in. I'm just going to skip through it for now because I'm going to explain it. And apologies, this is probably going to be a decently long video. There's a lot to say about this stuff, guys. So if you notice, he's got Anthony Bass, right? Normally would be a 69. But today, he's a 73 because he's getting additional stats added on, that 17 added on to K per 9 and walks per 9, because who he's playing today, which is versus the Giants, opponents have an OPS of just 558 against Bass when he's pitching on the road over the last 2 seasons. That's great, so he gets an addition in his stats, right? Garrett Whitlock for the Red Sox. Normally a 57, you probably wouldn't normally use him, but he's gotten bumped up a little bit. You might want to try him out in a Battle Royale game today. So speaking of playing games, there are 3 tabs on the play menu. The first is Programs. Programs is kind of like the promotions that get offered in other games. Like, so FIFA might have its Team of the Year program, or its Foot Birthday program, or Shapeshifters, or whatever. This has innings. So the first inning, see these 3 players here? Mike Piazza, Fernando Valenzuela, who's a new legend, and Kenny Lofton. You can earn these players by progressing through this program. You progress through the program by earning XP. You can earn XP in a lot of different ways. You can complete moments, which I'll talk about. You can complete collections, which I'll also talk about. Basically, anything you're doing in the game is earning you XP, including playing games. Right now is double XP weekend. Every game you play, you get double the XP you would get otherwise. So jump in and start playing games after you watch this video. So you progress through by earning XP. You can get all these awesome rewards, which include packs. It includes specific first inning player packs. It also includes classic packs. Like if you're a Red Sox fan, like my buddy Mark, you might pick this Nathan Eovaldi from September of 2018. Looks like a pretty solid pitcher there. I actually took Mark Canha. I like Mark Canha. I have him on a few fantasy teams, so I took him from August 2019. But you have a choice between those, and then you get to the first inning bosses, and those are the 3 players I talked about before. Being a Met fan, I of course took Mike Piazza, despite the lower overall. He's a great hitter, hits both sides really, really well. The defense is adequate. Doesn't have a ton of speed, but my favorite player of all time. There's no way I wasn't taking him. Card types is something I'll talk about in the next. I'll talk about it maybe a little later if I have time. So this is just trying to get you what you need to know to jump in. And sorry about the slow load times. The servers have really been struggling a little bit. They added Xbox. This used to be a PlayStation exclusive game, but they added Xbox to it. So they added something new called Daily Moments this year. It's another progression just like the first inning program, except instead of earning XP, you earn these little tokens by completing these moments. So see how this one's going to expire April 24th at 12 p.m. When that expires, a new moment will come in. Now, moments this is a perfect segue. So I'm going to go to single player modes and moments. Moments are short, little, kind of, I guess, like scenarios where you jump into a game and try and complete a certain activity. For example, for this one, a big part of the Cubs in the 2020 NL Central Division title, Jason Hayward helped the offense by having a 265 average and an 848 OPS. Although a 265 average, not all that helpful. So player locked as Hayward, you are player locked as him. You're just him. You have to tally 1 extra base hit in the game. If you do that, you get 350 stubs down there at the rewards. Plus, you get progression towards the NL team Affinity, which I'll also talk about in a second in programs. So that's kind of moments right there. Daily moments, that's something you want to start with every time you get on the game. Tops Now moments are taking real, the playing card company Topps, taking real moments from the season, turning them into player cards. I don't know if anybody watched on opening day, but this Miguel Cabrera home run in the snow looks super cool. There's a moment for that. There's a moment for Joe Musgrove's no-hitter, Carlos Rodon's no-hitter. Yeah, a bunch of different moments, and then you can actually earn cards. So you earn a pack once you complete all the moments. You can earn some Topps Now cards. There are some really, really good cards in there. Like these guys are the ones that are currently in there. Adam Duvall has crazy power. Rodon's a pretty solid pitcher. So that's why I would recommend starting with those Topps Now moments. Now, Team Affinity, another great place to start. I could do a whole video on Team Affinity. So again, this kind of progression system is very popular in MLB The Show. So instead of earning XP or daily moment tokens, you're earning Team Affinity tokens. Once you've earned X amount of tokens, you get the reward associated with that. So, for example, if you earn 60 tokens in the NL East, you can pick a player from this selection. Eventually, you will get 5 selections and can pick all 5 players in the pack, but you can prioritize them any way you want. This is the 42 series in honor of Jackie Robinson, who the game is kind of dedicated to this year. Now, you can earn these program points in multiple ways: by completing challenges with specific players that you get from this series, by tallying innings with any player in the division. You can even play March to October, which is a totally different game mode, and then earn points for Diamond Dynasty, which is super cool. You can even exchange players. Now, the difference between exchanging players and collecting players. If you exchange players, so for example, if I decide that I want to exchange these guys for points towards Team Affinity, points, I never have him again. He's gone, okay? But if I collect, for example, the Braves Live Series, which I did, I still have all those cards. So you see at the bottom, I still have Acuna and Freeman. I still have Scherzer and Strasburg and Soto. I still have those players, but I can't ever sell them again. I collected them. They're like kind of unsellable now. Okay, so you can do that for all 6 divisions. You can earn really, really great rewards. There's other videos on YouTube talking about which rewards you might want to go to first. If you guys are interested in hearing which I recommend, please just let me know and I can make a video about that. Player programs come out sporadically throughout the year. Eric Davis is a player program that's come out already. You complete missions with him. You can also complete moments with him, which we've also talked about. Missions are just completing a certain activity. For example, play versus the CPU. Defeat the Orioles on All-Star or higher difficulty. Very easy. Then you earn these program points. Then you can earn Eric Davis. Okay? So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This one with Giambi too, it's the same thing. You complete moments, you complete missions, and then you get the cards. Finally, monthly awards, going to be an awesome section to check out. Nothing there yet, but based on real life performances, monthly award players kind of earn cards, and then it's that same kind of progression system that we've seen a couple of times now. So that's programs. This is a great place to earn through playing the game. Now, single player modes, play versus CPU is literally you take your Diamond Dynasty team, you play against a team like we talked about in the Eric Davis moment. You play against the Orioles on All-Star, you earn some program points towards Eric Davis. That's why you might use that. Moments, we talked a little bit about already, puts you in a specific scenario. You try and complete the objective. Showdown. Now, Showdown is the best way to earn Team Affinity points like I was talking about before. You do this, you click on this, you actually draft a team. So you know what? Oh, this team is actually really good. I don't want to forfeit this team. I was gonna say I'll forfeit this team and draft another one, but I don't want to. It's really good. So I'll draft a starter team for you guys because this is like the starter showdown. Kind of gets you used to it. It's free to enter. So I enter, and then I get to draft the team. Let's say I really want Juan Soto. I draft him. I want DeGrom. I draft him to my team. I'm just going to like click through these. Obviously, you'd give them a little bit more thought, but you get to draft a team, and then they'll fill in the extras for you. But once you've drafted your team, you can order the lineup, and then you complete specific sets of challenges. It's kind of like a series of moments, right? But you get upgrades to your team, including perks. Perks can be important too. So each of these perks gives you kind of a bonus. So this one's like off the radar. Contact boost on pitches slightly outside the strike zone. That could help you out, right? So you click on those, you add in your perks. So you go here and manage perks, you can add them in to make them active. And then, of course, you can manage your squad, change your lineup. I want Juan Soto batting higher, right? I can change it around, okay? Then I would compete in this moment. So enter the game tied in the bottom of the ninth against the championship Dodgers and walk it off, okay? Then I get these upgrades, a Diamond Live Series hitter, a Gold Live Series hitter, and a Gold perk, and I get 75 stubs. The red bosses, if you lose them, if you lose these blue ones, doesn't matter. You just don't get the rewards. You just move on anyway. If you lose a red boss, you're out. You lose, okay? Now, a red boss is you have to score a certain amount of runs within a certain amount of outs. For example, if I skip to the final showdown here, I'm facing Shane Bieber. I have 20 outs, but I need to score 5 runs to beat him because, see, I have 0 runs right now. Well, actually, the scores are reversed. That's kind of a glitch. He should have 4 runs. I should have 0. And I need to score 5 runs before getting 20 outs. If I do that, I get this nice little Shane Bieber rookie card. This is very easy. It's on rookie. So it should be pretty easy for you guys to do. That's Showdown. If you have questions about that, I'm happy to answer it. I'm happy, again, to make an in-depth video on any one of these topics. But this is already probably going to be like a half-hour video. So maybe we'll just stick this video to just offline modes, and I'll do a part 2 later today that's online modes as well. So be on the lookout for that. This is just going to be offline modes, guys. So Conquest, a lot to talk about with Conquest as well. There are some very easy beginner maps. I don't know if anybody's ever played Risk, pretty popular board game. If you've ever played Risk, Conquest is just like that. Okay, so for example, let's just let's start this one, right? So this is the NL Team Affinity map. So this you can do to earn NL Team Affinity point, NL Central, sorry, or NL and AL Central Team Affinity points. So if you do this right now and complete all of the goals, see if I press triangle, I get goals to come up. Capture 2 enemy strongholds, steal 5 million fans, a bunch of other things, right? But that'll happen as you take over the map. So I click on my square, and then I click a square I want to take over. Now I've attacked, I've taken over that square. I want to go to 9, and I have this number is how many kind of fans or troops I have in that square. So you get reinforcements during the reinforcement stage based on how many territories you've taken over, right? So now I've taken over a few territories. It says down in the bottom right hand corner I've taken over 10 territories. So this is the steal fan stage. If I click X, I can play a team to steal fans from them. It literally takes fans away from them and gives fans to you. Now, you want to do that mostly to accomplish this goal. I'm not going to do it on this stage. If you ever want to skip a stage, you press start, skip to reinforce stage. Now I can reinforce. Now that means I can add some fans to a territory. So I do that. I add 3 fans to this territory. Now I can move them. Let's say I don't want them here. Let's say I want them down here. So I move them over, and I can do that. Now I attack again. Now I've come to a point where I can attack another person. Don't do this. Fill in as many empty ones as possible first, because you can't actually lose anyone if you do that. But I can attack this White Sox this White Sox square, right? So I simulate it, and we lose. Okay, so we lose that. We lose our guy. See how our square only says 1 now? And we move on. So the only games you have to play are the big stronghold games, okay? So see where their logos are? Those are stronghold games. You have to play those games. If you win, you take over the stronghold. You can simulate any of the other games. Again, that may require, Conquest may require a little bit more of an explanation, but given the time constraints we have here, that's what I'm going to go with for now. If you want some practice, I would recommend starting with this one. It's very easy. You just move along. It kind of gives you like a little heads up on how to kind of start Conquest, and then you take over this one right here, right? So, okay, so that's Conquest, and then of course there's Extra Innings. Extra Innings is where you can pick another Diamond Dynasty team and play against them. Otherwise, it's very similar to play versus CPU. You are playing the computer, you're not playing another actual person, but that's the last single player thing. I will do a dedicated online game modes video, which will be coming right after this. But for now, let's look at our collect tab. So our inventory. There are a few different kinds of things that we can collect. Of course, we can collect players from each team. You notice I don't have a ton of players yet. Well, it's still very early on in the game, but if you continue to play and put the time in, you will eventually be able to collect every player in the game. Now, look, I have all of the NL East completed because that's where my favorite team, the Mets, is. So, but let's say I want to buy one of these players. Let's say I want to buy Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs. I can click on him, view him in the market. Now, the market, I'm going to do a dedicated video as well because it can be a little confusing. But I buy him on the market, and then I want to collect him, okay? So I go to Collections. I go to Live Series, which is the current day live players. You go to Cubs, and then I would have Anthony Rizzo here. I could click on him and then press Start to collect him. But I have no items selected. So let's go to somewhere where I haven't collected the items yet. Have I collected all these teams so far? Give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh, I guess I've been doing a good job of so the Dodgers, right? So I can press square, I press auto select, and now I press start, and yes, I cannot sell Max Muncy now. I can't sell him anymore because see how he says no sell right beneath that top left corner? No sell on him, no sell on Will Smith. But in exchange, I get a little bit of rewards. So now, again, if I go back to, like, let's say the Mets. Now, yes, I can't sell DeGrom or Lindor anymore, but I got this John Franco for collecting all the Mets. This 300 save club John Franco. Really good pitcher, right? Then I also collected, for the Nationals, the Phillies, the Marlins, and the Braves, I collected all of the NL East. So where'd you go? There you are. I collected all of the NL East, and then I got each of these players for collecting from each team, and I got that Tom Glavine I looked at before. So collecting cards is a really good way of earning new cards, right? So if you collect every division and every team in the NL, you get this Alfonso Soriano, new legend this year, super cool. If you collect every team from the other league, you get this Big Papi David Ortiz. You collect both David Ortiz and Alfonso Soriano, you get Chipper Jones. So pretty cool. That obviously will not happen overnight. It'll take a little bit, but you will be able to do it. There are also other collections here. I'm not going to dive into them. But this should be able to get you started playing single player modes. Remember, you can take your team, you can play as easy on as easy a level as you'd like, and you are able to jump right into a single player mode. This video is already over 20 minutes, so I do want to sign off for now. Feel free to watch it on double speed, although if you hear me saying this here already at the end, probably didn't watch it on double speed. But anyway, that's going to be me signing off for now. Be on the lookout later today for an online modes video as well as pack openings and things like that. Okay, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Hopefully this helps. Don't forget to leave comments in the comment section down below with questions. I will be answering every comment from here on out. So glad to be back with you guys and can't wait to take this journey through MLB The Show as well as revisiting some other games. So talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.
Say goodbye to